What's going on, you guys? Steph, man. It's Thursday. I'm gonna make a video today. I got things I want to do, but it's early in the morning. Let's get this stuff done. So I want to make a video while I'm doing this. Yeah. So one thing too I want to talk about is the type of people that y'all hang around, throw out and everything, right? So I've been watching a couple videos and reading a couple comments and people dealing with these so-called friends of yours, man. And I tell dudes all the time like this: you guys gotta watch out for who you hang around with. And that's very true, because a lot of the guys that you hang around with, I'm gonna say it like this too, and women, because we're talking about men on this channel, a lot of those people that you hang out with who disrespect you, man, is because you allowed that to happen in your life. And that's something that, you gotta take accountability for. That's that dirty word. Shout out to Uncle Ron Wells will talk about. It's that dirty word a lot of people don't know. Right? Like a lot of your guy friends who, when you at the bottom, they didn't really care about you. They didn't think you would glow up or upgrade yourself. And then when you do, they starting to talk bad about you and whatnot. And then when you do start doing well for yourself, you start getting a little bit of more money. You got yourself a new car. You getting yourself all these nice things to show your friends, man. Like, yo, look what I got, man. We came up, man. And they be like, yeah. But behind closed doors, they're like, yeah, they get mad at you. And that's when they start talking bad about you. And then, you go out to the bar with your homies, you get yourself a nice new wardrobe. The women looking at you like, ooh, who's this dude? He fine as hell. You was always there, right? You was always there. But they just never noticed you until you just upgrade yourself. See, that's the thing with money. See, men think, oh, I gotta have money to get with this woman. Nah, man. You gotta have money for yourself, for survival, right? and to take care of yourself, especially too if you're gonna live in nice neighborhoods, eat yourself good food, you're doing all the right things. But then when your so-called friends are seeing that, they like to throw little slick shots, little slick jokes. Man, I remember, man, you ain't had it like that. You was asking me for money when you needed help. You want me to pay for your lunch. And you go, huh? And then next thing you know, you ignoring it, but you like, oh man, he just pulling he just playing games on me. He just playing. But that's not really the truth. That's not that's not them joking around. That's meaning that, because that's that hate coming from their heart. And you ignore it over and over again, and they still hating on you. And then next thing you know it, they talking bad about you around your other friends, man, or even a woman who's clearly interested in you. But your so-called homie, man, he talking bad about you around this beautiful woman. Now she looking at you different. And you start questioning it, and then he's like, oh, bro, I'm just kidding, man. He's like, nah, he ain't kidding. He's not kidding around. He's being very honest. And you still ignore it. Next thing you know, you get in the fight. They trying to sabotage you. They're trying to downplay your success. They trying to take the girl that you want. It's like, oh no, I don't want you to have her. You looking too good. You starting to do good for yourself. I don't like that. Nah, you can't have her. Get the weakest chick. You can't have her. Don't mess with him. Mess with me. Right? And you start wondering, man, why is my homie acting crazy like that, man? Shoot. And meanwhile, all you doing is just spreading love and positivity, man, and you just join the fruits of your label because you earned that. You earned that right to enjoy your life, man. You deserve that cockiness. You deserve what comes along with it when you reach a success. But like most people, man, when they see somebody doing well, they get a little more and they earn it on their promotion, you know, they doing well for themselves. They see it as a threat. Oh, he can do it, but I can't do it. So I'm gonna try to knock him off his square. They're gonna do whatever it takes just to knock you out of your out of your confidence. And you sitting there, you be tolerating the bull crap, and you still be questioning it. He still be doing it to you. Because you know why he's still doing it to you? Because he's viewing you as weak. Because you letting it slide. See, one thing I'm going to tell you guys like this, man. I understand y'all been cool for a couple months, couple years or whatever. But this is what I'm telling you guys the truth on, man. When you was at the bottom grinding, or you was going through them ugly stages, honestly too, I tell for most guys and most women, you was never ugly. It was just wasn't your turn yet. You was never an ugly dude. You just had to improve. And what do I mean by improving? Lose a couple pounds at the gym. Like I tell dudes all the time, getting that body game right. Get yourself some more money so you can use the money to enhance, you know, getting better products for yourself. New style of haircut, new wardrobe of clothes. Living in a different neighborhood and all that stuff. And I'm sorry if I'm rambling like crazy, but the one thing you got to do when you start to glow up and do well for yourself, you gotta learn to cut that person off. Because the whole time, fellas, and this is the truth, and for women too, they never liked you from the beginning. They would just like, I'll just talk bad about him behind his back. I'll just talk bad about that girl behind her back. They ain't gonna go nowhere anyway. But when you do, that's when you're gonna really start seeing the evilness out of that person. And that's how a lot of people are, man. You know, a lot of people today, they just filled with that, hypnotized with hatred, man. And you guys gotta understand and learn that that's not who you should be hanging with. See, when you see little things out of the ordinary from a friend or a so-called friend or from a woman, you gotta peep game, because that's who they really are the whole time. See, a lot of people today, fellas, they like to keep that mask on and be like, oh no, we cool, we this, that, and the third. It's really not. It's really not. And you guys gotta really be careful with that. Even myself, I make these videos for myself too. And you guys gotta really be cautious on how people really are. Because if you don't, when you're really doing well, that's when the ones that are close to you, those are the ones that are gonna be the ones to try to destroy you. Like with TK Kirkland and Robin Harris did. We're going through. Always trying to destroy TK, but we already know what happened. But You guys got to always remember that, man. And as you get older, this is a little sidebar for I want you guys to understand. As you get older, your circle gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. So if you had a group of friends, best believe that most of them are not going to be around forever. They're going to do their own thing, have their own family, or, you just going to find out something during that time. And you got to learn to be like, snip, snip, cut them off. You cannot afford to have phonies at your plate. Like in your circle. Cannot afford to have a bunch of peons in your 5-star restaurant you're going to. Sometimes, man, you gotta just be at that 5-star restaurant alone. That's why, like with me, if I have a group of people, I'll be sitting there questioning myself, why am I hanging with so many people all of a sudden? Nah, that's not good. But sometimes you just gotta solo dolo it, man. Or you can just have good friends from a distance, right? You don't have to always be alone. And you don't always have to congratulate somebody, but you see somebody doing well, you just use that as motivation. Or what I say in videos too, somebody is doing well, you don't get angry and jealous at them. You use that jealousy to be like, dang, man, he's doing so good for himself. I want to be like that. Like when I see a lot of people from San Diego, man, and they doing well for themselves, I get jealous, man. Shoot, I be like, man, I want to achieve what they got, but I'm not gonna sit there and hate. I'm gonna sit there and work harder. See, people don't understand that, man. You can use jealousy in a good way. You definitely use jealousy in a good way. That could force you to want to do better. He got them new shoes on. He got something clean on, man. You could do that too. You definitely do that for yourself, but it all starts with hard work. See, if you talking, you getting jealous, and you not doing anything, you just staying level right here, bro. That's on you. That's definitely on you. And you guys gotta know that, right? You guys gotta know that. That's why with these young kids, man, I don't be jealous of them. I'll be like, man, I like what these guys is doing, but it's like, all right, you want to stay young forever, do it. But let's just stay on topic. When you dealing with a phony friend or you dealing with a phony person, you gotta be like, nah, I can't mess with this person no more. You cannot, man, for real. And I experienced that being in Cali, and I definitely experienced that being back at home. Like I tell y'all all the time with that one dude, when that person talking bad about you around women, you gotta be like, nah, I can't mess with this guy no more. Because if you keep allowing it and keep allowing it and keep allowing it, you look crazy. You look goofy as hell. And don't fall for the, oh man, I love you like a brother, man. Don't take it seriously. Nah, that person never loved you, man. That person wanted you deleted. That person wants you gone. And really too, a lot of you guys, y'all don't understand that I say it in videos all the time, and I tell like a couple of young guys, that I see in them, like, I be like, man, you got something great going for yourself, bro. Why you messing up? Come on, keep going. And because that's how a lot of people view you as. You got something going for yourself, you better do that. You better be hard-headed enough to be like, you know what, I need to find out what it is. See, a decade ago, wait, where am I going? Oh yeah. See, a decade ago, I knew something was right, but I didn't know. But I just had to just figure it out, find out. You know what I'm saying? And once you start working and being consistent and you find something that you love to do and you just love it, you're gonna really change your whole environment. So I put on YouTube 5 years ago. Change your environment. So you don't be around the same people who just hate you. And you look at it like this: those people who just was angry, bitter towards you, they don't even exist. They actually are deleted. I'm not trying to say the other word, but they're gone. They don't exist in your life, and that's fine. And there's nothing wrong with destroying your enemies, because they were never your friends. Shoot. So it's like, you know, the feeling is mutual. And you know, if they do see them, and let me say it like this: do not allow people who were hating on you from the past to see you. Don't give them something to look at. Cut them off. Do not give them a chance to even see your greatness, because they don't deserve it. Cut them off. You know, there's always that saying, give them something to see. Nah, man, they don't deserve to see it, because they already show their true colors. Why would you want to give somebody who was hating on you from the beginning a chance to see your greatness? Hell no, man. It's not worth it. So just cut them off out of your life. Don't give them a chance. Leave them be. They going anyway. So that's all I gotta say, man. I gotta get this stuff done.